I'm going to start from some of the things that Pastor K said about couples being different. Um, I didn't really understand it until I got married myself. I know I've heard those things. You know, when you sit in marriage seminars like this, especially if you're single, the married people understand this, but the single people, it may be flying over your head now because I mean you're just laughing and all of that. But when you are in marriage, those things are very shocking. I didn't know that toothpaste could frustrate me enough to almost want to be divorced. It was that bad because your personalities might matter a lot in marriage. So, as Pastor K said, opposites attract. And then after a while, those same things that you found very attractive in your partner become very annoying. And so, after a while, you move from the attraction stage to becoming frustrated. So, when I first met him, I like the fact that Pastor K was very fun, still is, doesn't take most things seriously. Like, we were going out to put bicycle inside car. Does that, do you understand? I'm like, there are serious things in life, but he said, let's have fun, let's play. And we're going somewhere. We had a very long day yesterday. We had so much to do. So I needed to get the kids into the car. He still told them that they should take turns riding the bicycle. We're going somewhere, sir. So, all those fun, let's just enjoy ourselves, let's have fun. This life is too serious. But even as a child, I was serious. I don't know what we're playing about in this life. Read your books, grow up, get a job, get married, just move on with that's like life is like. So, and I have one of my children is like my middle child. She's very serious. She doesn't understand why we're playing and let's do everything the way we should do it. So when I got married, I actually grew up believing that you press toothpaste from the base and you keep going along the top. Like there's a proper way to do things. And that's just my personality. I believe there's a proper way to do things. I believe that there are rules for a reason. Rules guide you. Rules make your life easy. And things, if you put things in a place, you come back and find them there. You don't have to think about where is this thing. But no, as okay, we scatter it everywhere. And then when we arrange, you will now come and say, who scattered this place? And then I'm confused because a few minutes ago, this book was over there, this one was over here. And I just arranged it like this. So I will press toothpaste from the base. My husband will come and press from the middle. And the toothpaste I'm talking about is, I don't know if you know those close-up that the body is metal. That if you press it, it will form here. You press it to form here. So everything is jaga jaga. Do you know what jaga jaga means? It means jaga jaga. I don't know how else to help you. So everything's just a mess, And so I would complain about it and he would laugh. He would say, toothpaste is my own, hand is my own. I can press it wherever I want. And those things used to really get to me. Second thing, I was raised to, like I said, follow rules and things should just be proper. And you see, one of the things you must understand, especially in marriage, is the fact that you're not raised by the same parents. You don't grow up in the same home. That's why some things are very confusing to you. Like, how will a human being behave like this? So, when we got married, I grew up meat is a reward. Once meat has finished my food, I don't want to eat. That's my motivation. So it's like for the joy set before me, I endure through food. Do you understand? Yes. So once there's no meat, fish, or anything in the food, I don't like rice. I don't like food. So that's my motivation. That's the thing. Once it's not there, I don't feel like eating. So I will eat and then at the end of my food, reward myself. Do you understand what I mean? So it may be plenty on the plate, but once I touch it, I will lose interest in the other things. The food itself is like work. So this is my reward. Pastor K, with every spoon, there must be meat. Why are we waiting to the end to reward ourselves? And so, when we first got married, we're doing that lovey-dovey thing of eating together. We don't eat except we're together. We're eating from the same plate. All those things that new couples used to do. So, as we're eating, I'm realizing that there's no meat in this food. Oh, God, behave yourself. This meat is going down. I say, I'm not saying you should not eat. And you see, what I realized also in marriage is that there's always one party who thinks that they are making sacrifices for the marriage and the other person is not. And when they come into counseling, what usually happens is, and most times the women are guilty. So the woman is the one that will put aside her needs and make sacrifices. And the man will go out. We've been saving money since. We are planning for our future. She has things she needs. She doesn't buy anything. She doesn't take any money because we're building this money to do something. And then one day, you just come back. Your husband has bought a brand new car with the money. And you're like, I don't understand. I've been making sacrifices. So they sit in counseling. And the man says, but I never asked you to. And the one is annoyed. Why will you tell me you never asked me to make sacrifices? And then I break it down and say, but did he ever ask you to make this sacrifice? Did he ever say that you could not spend the money? Did he ever say that you could not take what you needed? We just have the heart of a martyr, but we're doing it at the wrong time and with the wrong person. And so this was one of the major lessons that I learned. But then I realized that marriage can't just be about us getting along. I don't think that that's what God created marriage for. And so I had to go back into the word. If you read from Genesis chapter 1, from verse 27, God says why he made man. He said, let us make man in our image and in our likeness. And when he made man, he said to them, be fruitful. He blessed them and said, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. And then he said, subdue it. And so I realized that the same way we should have KPIs, key performance indicators in the workplace, is the same way we should have in marriage. There should be things that make us know that this marriage is working or this marriage is not. And Pastor K has given us a long list, but I want to kind of make it very simple for you. I believe that God made marriage himself, and he had a plan when he made the marriage. In fact, he said it is not good for man to be alone, okay? Which means it is good for man to be married. It's good for mankind to be married. It's not good for you to be all one. It's good for you to be separated and then find each other. And as I looked through the scriptures, I realized that there are three major things. Because of time, I'm not reading the scriptures. I'm just going to quote them to you. I have just a few minutes. There are three major things that I find that God wants from marriage. The first thing, God wants you to be fruitful. You as a person. His desire is that you will prosper and be in health even as your soul prospers. So it's not just financial prosperity. God wants you to be fruitful in everything that you do. God wants your life to be a reflection and an advertisement of one that is submitted to him. So God wants good things to happen for you. God wants you to have a happy life. God wants you to be happy, whether in marriage or outside marriage. So I find that because a lot of times we preach about the fact that marriage is work, marriage requires intentionality, marriage, in fact, the truth is marriage comes with blessings, but it also comes with challenges. That's the honest truth, and which is one of the reasons why when you're taking your vows, most of the traditional vows would say to you, for better, for worse. And I know that we're all getting into the mode of, positive confession, let's not say negative things, let's not, no. That was not the idea behind the vows. The idea behind the vows was, I'm saying to you that whatever comes our way, whether good or bad, I'm not going to back out of this marriage. And I know that now it's not, I don't know the Gen Z word it is now, but it's not, I don't know the word they are using now, but it's not cool. Right? It doesn't sound cool. But the truth of the matter is that that's the reality of marriage. When you get married, you will have trouble in the flesh. There will be adjustments you must make. There will be things that will stress you. There will be things that will stretch you. Sometimes your partner will be annoying. Sometimes your partner will be sick. Sometimes your partner will just be self-destructive. And that happens in marriage, because I've sat down in counseling rooms and I'm wondering, you have such a wonderful family, sir. Why are you messing it up? And the man is just sitting and looking at me blindly like, I don't understand. I just felt like that and I did it. Pascal was talking about addictions. So many couples are dealing with addictions. So whether it is drug addiction, whether it is sexual addiction, whether it is infidelity, they are dealing with all kinds of things in their marriage. And they come on Sunday, make up, sit in the pews, and act like nothing is wrong. But those things are real. So if you're getting into a marriage, there should be a consciousness, right? There should be a consciousness that I'm getting into this marriage with my whole heart. And whatever comes at me, I'm not going to back down. I was telling Pastor K this morning that only God could have come up with the concept of marriage. Because marriage, if you do marriage right, it is such a beautiful thing. You have someone who will make you feel comfortable for the rest of your life. You don't have to be anything extra. You have someone who will stand by you all the days of your life. The idea is to then do you part. All the days of your life, you have someone that stands by you. You know you have someone in your corner. That's what God had planned out. You know you have someone that if you say, I don't know how to do this thing, the person will say, how can I help? How can I make your life easy? How can I make you happy? How can I help you achieve everything God has called you to do? That's exactly what marriage is. And only God could have come up with that plan, that you will not be alone for the rest of your life, that you have someone you can lean on. Now, unfortunately, because we have free will, God's plan was that you have somebody you can lean on. But the truth is, we all know that there are times you lean on somebody, they move back and you fall. Right? That's the reality of life. But that's not what it's supposed to be.